What's happening, everyone? Kevin here with the Mission Driven Life podcast. What's up? It's Kevin here. Hope you're doing well, everyone. My name is Kevin with Warrior Leadership. Some people that are watching the video probably don't know who I am. Some of you do, some of you don't. Some of you probably have heard my name before. Some of you haven't, right? Some of you are passionate about what you do. Some of you aren't. But I want to share with you a quick strategy for the next couple minutes here on the Mission Driven Life podcast. So what is the Mission Driven Life, right? Mission Driven Life is a podcast that I started, and it came from the One Funnel Away challenge. I have the commitment to podcast every day on Anchor FM for 365 days. And you can follow our podcast here on the corner. And so basically in the description, you can see right here, Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Google, Apple Podcast, Google Public, Overcast. You can find all of our podcasts right there. So I want to thank you all for watching. I want to share with you a message here on number 2, the second key pillar of leading a team. You know, maybe you're a leader in life, right? Maybe you're a leader. Maybe you haven't led people before, but tune in to what I'm going to share with you. So let's do this. Hey everyone, this is Kevin here with the Mission Driven Life podcast. Thank you for finding time to invest in your own self-development and especially developing your self-leadership and your leadership skills. This is the Mission Driven Life podcast where business leaders come to share their missions, their purpose, and their vision in life, right? This is bigger than money. This is bigger than riches. This is bigger than success, than material. I'm talking about massive impact. I'm here to talk about massive impact, right? And I know yesterday I talked about our first key pillar of leading a team. That was communication. I shared with you about communication. Now I want to talk to you today about decisiveness. That is the second key. And I'm going to tell you in the what, how, and the why. What is it? How do I do? Why is it important? And how, right? The what, why, and how. And I invite you to take some notes. Let me know that you're watching. Let me know that you're watching the video. Put below in the comments that I'm watching you live. And feel free to share your mission statement. Talk about your mission, because my mission is to create a world of strength by building leaders, being honest, and taking action. And I'm taking action with you today, and I'm glad that you can join us, right? So follow us on Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, and Overcast. We're all over the online. We're taking over the internet with our mission, and I'm glad that you could be here today. So welcome to the headquarters. This is the basement where I'm at. This is my room. And this is right here is I was just planning out my day. I'm working on planning out my day. So that's that whiteboard behind me, right? So here, let me talk to you about mission, right? So this topic here, decisiveness, is not an easy topic to talk about. I'm talking about making a decision. I'm talking about being decisive. And being decisive here, decisive origin. Decisive is from the early 17th century word that came from determined. It is also medieval Latin, decisivus, and comes from decise, which means determined, from the verb decider. So it's from the earliest 17th century, right? To be determined. Decisivus. I'm trying to pronounce that here from Google, but that is the origin of the word called decisiveness. And this one here is a key thing for us leaders, right? Because let's think about it here. Us leaders, we need to make decisions in our lives. Leaders are the ones that make decisions, especially for their team, especially for the business, and especially for the people that they follow, right? And a lot of people talk about it, and Grant Cardone talks about this a lot, is that leaders make decisions fast. Don't put time to a decision, right? I invite you not to add time to a decision. because I know maybe there's a big decision that we need to make, and sometimes we think about it way too much. I know I do this. I was thinking about today. I'm a sales manager, and I'm wondering where am I going to go knock some doors this week? You know, where am I going to go today? And I was overthinking, and I made a decision. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to Woodbine. I'll go there. I'm going to go knock some doors in that area, and hopefully I'm going to have some fun over there, right? So that's what I'm going to do today. Uh, I want to talk to you about the mission-driven life. Mission-driven life. Now, decisiveness can really happen, right? Decisiveness is part of leadership. We have to make a decision. Whether that's a decision on doing something, a decision to take action, a decision to fire someone, a decision to go get some food, and a decision maybe to get somewhere to eat. Maybe you have a girlfriend, and maybe if you're dating someone, and if you've ever been like, hey, I don't know, hey, where do you want to go eat? Oh, I don't know, where do you want to go eat? I know, you know what I mean? Have you ever had that conversation? We're like, hey, where do you want to eat? Oh, I don't know, where do you want to eat? I want to go here. Let's go here. Oh, what do you think? You know what I mean? Like back and forth, right? But the interesting thing is that, look, we need to make decisions in life, especially if we're in a relationship, because I know our woman probably wants us to start making decisions. I'm talking to the men who's watching the podcast right now who have a woman, right? Maybe it's time for you to make a decision in life. And maybe it's a big decision. Maybe it's not a big decision. But I want to talk to you about making quick decisions, right? Quick, snappy decisions, because this is what I'm working on myself as a leader. So when we're making decisions for ourselves, I invite you to check in, because decisiveness here is, we need, before we start leading people, before we start making massive decisions, the biggest decision that I wanted to talk to you quickly about is to make a decision and make a commitment to becoming a leader. Before we start leading people, before we start having a mission in life, before we start doing something, we need to make a conscious decision towards our goals, towards doing something, towards being a leader. Now, this is something we're going to talk about in our next podcast there. I'm going to talk to you about making a decision to be a leader. That's what I'm going to talk to you about in our next podcast. I wanted to share with you a little introduction on making a decision, right? And decisiveness. I want to talk to you more at another time about this topic. But if you're watching this, I hope you're excited, because tomorrow I'm going to be sharing more about this, right? And this is Kevin with Warrior Leadership. Thank you for watching the Mission Driven Life. Tomorrow we're going to talk about decisions in life. All right. So Kevin with Warrior Leadership, have a powerful day. Bye.